it has to all feel, all the elements have to feel correct. And when they feel correct, it's kind of a seamless flow. If one is out of being correct, it's so obvious. It's a disaster. So it's a constant kind of watching and feeling until it feels correct. And that's, you know, what a film, making a film is. That's it. The things that you say in between the trying, in between the rehearsing, they might be, you know, stupid things. But between me and the actor, they're not stupid. And they're just little keys that, you know, put it, you know, closer to being correct. And then when it feels correct, we both know it. An idea comes, and you see it, and you hear it, and you know it.
How does it come?
It comes like on a TV in your mind. People, we don't do anything without an idea. So they're beautiful gifts. And I always say, you desiring an idea is like a bait on a hook.
Yeah.
It can pull them in. And if you catch an idea that you love, that's a beautiful, beautiful day. And you write that idea down so you won't forget it. And that idea that you caught might just be a fragment of the whole, whatever it is you're working on. But now you have even more bait. Thinking about that small fragment, that little fish, will bring in more. And they'll come in and they'll hook on. And more come in, and pretty soon you might have a script, or a chair, or a painting, or an idea for a painting.
But they come as in small...
More often than not, small fragments. I like to think of it as, in the other room, the puzzle is all together, but they keep flipping in just one piece at a time.
In the other room...
Over there.
In a sense, David, there's always another room somewhere.
That's a beautiful thing to think about.
Let's think about it a bit.
No, you think about it.
And I love the idea of catching ideas, and they're out there, millions and millions of ideas, and we don't know them until they enter the conscious mind.
So what are you eating at first? Tell me what you're eating.
I'm eating, for lunch, tomatoes, tuna fish, feta cheese, and olive oil.
Now, here's what's interesting about you. You eat that every day.
Every day.
Every day. Mm-hmm. You eat the same thing.
Yeah, it's very good. You know?
Well, I'm sure it is. Otherwise, we wouldn't eat it every day.
Right, right, exactly.
And what do we eat for dinner?
Chicken, little pieces of chicken and broccoli, and a little soy sauce.
Every day.
Yeah, every day, except when I travel, then I go off that.
Is this, can we say you're a creature of habit?
Yes, habit in a daily routine. And then when there's some sort of order there, then you're free to mentally go off any place. You've got a safe sort of foundation and a place to spring off from.
And you view that in terms of the creative process as very important.
It's very important for me.
For you?
Yeah. The purer the environment, the more, you know, fantastic the interior world can be, it seems to me.
Good morning. It's August 21, 2020, and once again, it's a Friday. Here in LA, some low clouds and fog, clearing a little bit now, very still, around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 Celsius. I'm wearing dark glasses today because I'm seeing the future and it's looking very bright. Should go up to around 90 degrees this afternoon, around 32 degrees Celsius, and we might be having some clouds with us, but hopefully also some blue skies and golden sunshine. Everyone, have a great day.
I had a fixation on O.J. Simpson, the trial, and I think some of this grew out of O.J. Simpson, because here is a guy who, at least, I believe, committed 2 murders, and yet is able to go on living and speaking and, doing and golfing, things like this. And so what does the mind do when after something like that, after a horrific murder and that experience, how does the mind protect itself from that knowledge and go on? And that's interesting to me. And the mind is interesting, for sure. Huge, huge stories in the mind. But that's one thing. And Barry and I talked about that. How does the mind trick itself so that that can be put in a place where it no longer has that, horrific power, and you go on living?
A lot of ideas come from our world, and our world holds a lot of violence. Violence in the homes, violence on the streets, violence in the city, violence in the country, violence in all the countries. A lot of violence, a lot of corruption, a lot of suffering, a lot of tension, anger, hate, fear, a lot of mistakes. Prisons are full, hospitals are full. It's a mess. And it doesn't have to be this way, but it is the way it is. And ideas come from our world. Stories emerge from our world. And stories involve things that are in the world. I always say, have the suffering and the violence and all the things of human nature, negative and positive, in the script, in the film, in this book, but not in your life. And that you don't have to suffer to show suffering on the screen or in a book. You can be very happy showing suffering. And that's the key to things. Stories all through time have had conflict and all these different things. But the ideas come from the world. They come from other places, it seems also, but a lot come from just our world, and the feeling of being in this world conjures these stories that come.